Welcome to another episode of FA Podcast, Fearless Ambition Podcast. I'm your man, Kadon A. Sterling. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today. I'm a little bit under the weather, so bear with me, but I had to come out here and give this to y'all right now. One of the greatest trending topics for me in the last 72 hours was this embarrassing political spectacle called the presidential debate between former president, real estate mogul Donald Trump, and current president Joe Biden. All right, let's get right to the point. This was a mess, bro. This was comedy at its best if you know how to watch it. Now, me personally, I'm more of a GOP person. I'm really not so much Democrat, more Republican, but at the same time, it depends on who it is. I vote for who's the best person for the job, not really their political party. That really don't sway me, but who's best for the job? Okay. And the only reason why I'm doing this today and I'm putting this up today is because I know Saturday Night Live is going to have a field day with this tonight. And I don't really watch Saturday Night Live, but I'm gonna watch it tonight. Because if you a comedian, they done gave you all kind of material. All kind of material. Donald Trump, number one, is probably the best non-answering person I've ever seen in front of a camera. All right? He's not new to this. He's been on TV for the last 40 years, one way or another. But every time they ask him a question, it's, before we get to that, let's get to the fact that I'm the best, he's not, and that's the way it is. They like me, they don't like him. You'd be like, all right, but that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question at all. Roe versus Wade. Before we get to that, let's get to the point where the cops like me, they don't like him. The military likes me, they don't like him. They said it. You didn't know they said it, but they said it. You're like, well, when you gonna answer a question that was actually asked to you from CNN? Everything to him is, he's doing a horrible job. He let all the migrants in, and the migrants are taking black jobs, Hispanic jobs. I didn't know there was a black job, okay? The hell is a black job? The stuff he say out of his mouth is, I'm president. It's incredible how he says the stuff he says with, and he says it with straight passion. And like he believes it's true. He is so far gone in reality that his own reality is in his mind. I'm the greatest, everybody else is not. And if it wasn't for me, this is standard third. Y'all need to respect me. Y'all need to, yo, this dude, man. All right. Let me go to Joe Biden too. Because the bottom line, what I first said when I watched this was real simple. Give me two new people. Take away these two clowns and give me two new people. Because number one, I don't like Joe Biden either. All right? Not for the presidency. I don't really see, besides, okay, he made co-pays cheaper, according to him. I don't see what he's done in the last 4 years that's been so spectacular. I don't see what the vice president has done. No disrespect to her, but I'm keeping it honest. I haven't seen her in the last 3 years. You got the job, and that's all we knew. We was just happy there was a black vice president. We had a black president. Now we got a black vice president and a woman vice president who I was like, she's going to be running the country. Ms. Harris, I haven't seen or heard anything from you besides you got the job. That's it. That's all I know from you. I haven't seen, your resume in the last 3 years has not been there to me. Leave the comments below. If she has done a lot of amazing things, correct me. I haven't seen it. And I'm not one to do age discrimination, but yeah, Joe, you're looking a little old in these streets. You're looking a little old to be president, bro. You've been in the damn White House, Joe, for damn near almost 20 years now. 8 years as a vice president, 4 years as a president. It's okay. Sit your ass down, Joe. Let somebody else do that job, but not Donald J. Trump. Because the bottom line is you was a horrible president. You was the closest thing we had to going to war because nobody wants your crazy ass around the damn red buttons to say launch these nuclear missiles, because you will launch them joints just because of your ego. And we all know that. Your ego would allow you to go to war with another country that you don't have to go to war with, and will cost millions of lives. But he's funny as hell. He's good for TV. The Republicans can't stand him now. They loved him before, but now they see exactly what it is. They thought he was a conservative Republican. He's not. He's a I'm for myself Republican. F the rest of y'all. That's what he is. It's incredible. It was straight comedy, people. Straight comedy. This man will cause division in the country like he was trying to cause division before. I don't even think it's a racist thing with him. I think it's a power thing with him. And he's going to go with who's going to give him the power. So if all the racist people in this country vote for him, he'll take it. If it's going to get him the job, because the job ain't getting Donald Trump no money. The job is getting him more power and more land and more real estate opportunities and more business opportunities all around the world. It ain't never been about no money. The presidency don't make no money. They make what, $400,000 a year in free health care. $400,000 a year is good for the average person. That's not good money for somebody who has to run a country, in my opinion. I think the president should make at least $4 or $5 million a year. That's my opinion. So it ain't the money, not for him. And then let's go back to him one more time. Why is a convicted person of a felony even given TV time or the opportunity to run for the presidency of the United States of America? Why? This man has been convicted on 34 charges. He might get sentenced. He won't. I spoke about that already. But why is he even having the opportunity to throw his hat in the political game to run this country? If that ain't white privilege, man, tell me something. Show me something else. If that ain't white privilege, tell me something else, bro. If Mr. Obama, former President Obama, said he wanted to go back into the game and he got 2 speeding tickets in the last 2 years, they'd have been like, well, we don't know about that. You know, your driving record ain't been so good since you left presidency. We don't know, it's not a good look. They would never allow him to come back and run for the office again. This dude got straight up and down felonies and sexual harassment charges. But he's still on CNN taking questions about the presidency of the United States of America. How do you get there? How does that happen? That should never happen. He should never even be entitled to be up there. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. You know, if you are his PR team, you have the worst job in the world, because everything you tell him to say, he ain't gonna say. He gonna say this is why he's good for TV though. He's gonna say exactly what he think at all times, because that's how he's always been. I tell people all the time, Donald Trump was never a politician. He never will be. He's a business person. He's a successful business person who's made millions and millions of dollars and even $1 billion more than one time. He's a boss in his mind and his stature for the last 50 years of his life. He will never know how to answer to somebody. He will never know how to take criticism from somebody. He will never know how to take advice from somebody, because he's never had to. When you're the person that's been paying hundreds of people and thousands of people for over 40, 50 years on payroll, you think you're gonna take advice from somebody who makes $70,000 a year? You're gonna be looking at them like, listen, I don't even know your name and you're not necessary. Right now, you don't work for me. You're fired. Everything with him is you're fired. He even said it in the damn thing. Joe, how many people have you fired? He doesn't fire people. I fire people all the time. He fires people for disagreeing with him, not for doing their job or not doing their job. For disagreeing with him, you get fired. That's him. So that narcissistic attitude and mental entitlement should never be in a position to be in charge of a whole country. Now, let me go to some things that I actually do agree with him. This country has let other countries straight and down rob them on trade. There's no reason why we should even have homeless. And this is not his point, this is mine. Because there's so much money that could be allocated to making sure people are in a good space. On trade, we have been robbed for years because we're the ones that in this country that tells other countries, come on, bring your goods. It's okay. Make your money here with us. And then they make their money and they go back to their country and they can't, and they will not let us go to their country and do the same. They won't. A lot of countries around the world has already killed the dollar bill. They don't even want the dollar. They don't even want the US dollar bill in their country no more. But they'll still come over here and make money off of this country and then go back to theirs with the money they made. You should be taxing them. You should be taxing them to come through the waters. You should be taxing them even more to even use our docks. You should put things in place to say, listen, if you come over here and you making money with us, you're going to break money with us too. You ain't just going to come over here and make your money and leave. He's right about that. That point he's right about. That's the only thing I agree with him, but he's right about that. But as far as this comedy special that CNN put on, CNN should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. And the GOP should stand strong and tell this man, you cannot represent us. He shouldn't be in politics, period. He should not be in politics. He goes, down, sit your ass down, Donald. Joe, sit your old ass down too. And it's not because you're old, man. It's because it's enough. It's enough for you, Joe. It's enough. It's enough. You're falling down every time you stand up. It's enough. Go sit down, do some retirement. It's enough. Ms. Harris, I say run for the office. Show the country what you got. Run for the big chair. Go for it all. I don't know who's going to be the president. I know that right now, if this is the only two people that we got to choose from, we really are in a bad situation, in my opinion. But my name is Kadon A. Sterling. I'm going to go blow my nose and try to feel better because I'm feeling stuffed up. But I thank y'all so much for being here. The FA Podcast, Fearless Ambition Podcast. Also check me out on Cars, Golf, and Cigars right here on YouTube. Mogul Talk 101 right here on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. People don't understand how much it does for a channel for you to just hit the like button and say something on the comments. It helps out tremendously, and it costs you nothing. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on the next one.